The United States there's been a lot of rain, a lot of flooding going across, and North Carolina here we've had our fair share. Fortunately, where we're at, we've only had about 3 inches or so during this last rain. Wasn't too bad for us, but the next county over and 2 counties over, they've had about 8 to 14 inches of rain, and what happens is that rain comes down into the watershed. It comes down through the Catawba River. And where we live at, the Catawba River is part of Lake Norman, and we're about a mile from Lake Norman where we live at. And the water is up there. I noticed it in the last couple days when I've gone to work that the water's been up in Lake Norman, and there's been reports about it. They have to open the spillway down in the lower part of Lake Norman into what they call Mountain Island Lake. But anyway, I thought today that we'd just go down and see what kind of flooding we can find, and not going to do anything dangerous. Won't get ourselves into anything, you know, too bad. But just want to kind of look and see if I can get some footage of some of the flooding, see how high the water really is. So let's go, guys. This is closest to our house. This water is usually not this high. You usually can walk out there past those trees. But anyway, the water is pretty high. I can't tell you exactly how high it is. Our marina is right over there, so this is pretty close. I can tell you there that the water is high over there for sure. But let's continue on and see what else we can find. One of the issues with all the flooding and everything into the lake here is, even when it just rains normally and we just have some regular storms, you get a lot of debris into the lake, and maneuvering a boat, even though the lake is big, it can be cumbersome. A lot of debris out there, and just a normal day, after a weekend rain, it's bad then. So I'm off today. My wife mentioned, you know, hey, it's sunny, you want to take the boat out? No, there's no way I'm taking that boat out there, especially with the water is high. You can't see obstacles that shouldn't be there. So anyway, let's head on. Let's go find some more flooding. Norman State Park, and you've seen us film a couple things in here, especially some cooking ones. We did the steak on the scuttle. We cooked here, down in this area a little bit further back over here. You probably hear the lawnmower, but they're cutting some grass and doing some maintenance work. But anyway, I just wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see the lake down here or not. It's very, very muddy. That's up higher than normal. Normally, I don't even think you could really see it up in this area very well. But anyway, this is just a picnic area. This is down here by the swimming area. It's I think one of 2, or there's only a couple of areas that you can officially swim in the Lake Norman. And I thought this was the only one, but I think I read somewhere else that there's another swimming area that's opened up back further down into Charlotte, but or Huntersville, Cornelius, somewhere in that area. But anyway, I just want to show you this area. See all the picnic tables. There's a bunch of picnic tables around, some trash. But let's get down here. There's a fishing pier down here that you can fish off of. I just wanted to see how close it is there. We'll see. The pier, I didn't want to disturb them, so decided to come over here. And yeah, this water's up, way up. And nasty looking. They're over here. Look up, just see they're working on the swimming area, on the beach area over here. I don't know how much you'll be able to see on the GoPro. I'm not going to get up there where they're at, but not a whole lot of beach left. And look like they're doing some work on the dirt there, bringing in some dirt. Not sure if that's the erosion control or what, but here, we'll take a look at it. Boat launch area here at Lake Norman State Park, and yeah, the water's up. There, usually the water is back down to about right here, right in this area. So yeah, from there all the way up there, that water is pretty high. And the way this works is it's the Catawba River Basin, and it starts up above Hickory, like as I mentioned. And the Catawba River goes into Lake Hickory, and they have a spillway dam that it comes over, comes to Catawba River some more, goes into other little lakes along the way. The one above this is Lookout Shoals, and they dump water from there. And like I said, they have a lot of prone to flooding there, but they coming down and let loose here in Lake Norman, then they let loose in the Mountain Island Lake, then Lake Wiley, and then on down the river into South Carolina. So Duke Energy is the one that handles all this. They own all this. So I guess there's a method to their madness of how they do things. But we'll see. Let's go to the campground. Let's see what the campground looks like. The good thing is the campsites are not near the water, so it should be pretty decent. But anyway, I'll show you the campsites and what you can expect. I backed up into one of these campsites here. There's some better campsites, but there's some worse campsites. But anyway, just want to show you what a typical campsite here at Lake Norman State Park looks like. For the most part, if you're tent camping, not a problem. If you're in a pop-up, normally not a problem. If you're in a small camper, typically not a problem. And when I say small, I mean, under 20 feet. The problem is when you start getting into larger motorhomes, long travel trailers, the sites are kind of unlevel. I'm not sure how much you can tell here. Let me see. Alright, yeah, you probably can't tell how much from the tires, the front tire of my Jeep to the end of that site back there. The bottom of my tire is probably down 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So we'll go 1.5 feet just to be on the safe side. But bigger motorhomes, travel trailers, you're gonna have problems. If you got electric jacks, better that you can use. Some of the sites are shorter than the others. Some of them have, if your bumper sits up higher, you can actually extend back further on this site. I mean, if you wanted to get a little bit more level, but you can bring your tires back here to the edge, and as long as you can clear over that stump right there or that post right there, you got plenty of room back here. There's nothing really back here that you should be able to fit an RV to get the back end back here. Comes with a picnic table. There's a tent pad back over there, and then there's a fire ring. Bathrooms are back around that way up there. There's the dump station for your travel trailers and motorhomes. There's another campsite right here next to this one, and that's basically about it. They do have the pole, lantern hanging, trash hanger, whatever you want to call it. People say they're for different reasons, but maybe you can look, see this way. I don't know if you can tell the angle of the or the slope of the driveway here is not the best. If you're in a motorhome, you're using 11 blocks on the front, you'd have to use I would say 3 to 4 sets at least, depending on the length of your motorhome and how far back you can get it back up onto this pad. But anyway, just want to show you that. We have other videos. I'll put a link up here that you can go to, in where we did a drive-through of Lake Norman State Park campground. But it's not a bad place. It's a typical state type campground. I do wish that they would do some work to it. Leveling out the sites would be one of my main complaints, if they could do that. As far as hookups, it'd be nice to have hookups during the middle of summer. It does get hot up here, and as you can see, it is tree covered, and you don't get a lot of breeze through here unless there's an actual wind blowing. You're not going to get a breeze coming through here. Right now it feels pretty good. It's probably about 70 degrees outside, so it feels pretty good. There's hardly any humidity right now, which is nice. But during the heat of summer, there's very little wind movement, and like I said, there's no hookups here, so you can run a generator, but there's only a certain time frame, so you have quiet hours. But anyway, let's press on to see. Let's leave Lake Norman State Park and go see what else we can find. It's a pretty cool thing. I mean, it's the entrance of a neighborhood back behind me, which I turned around, but check this out. Check out this old house right here. Isn't that a shame that that's all gone like that? But check this out too. Look at that house. Shame stuff like that, you know, just went, and people let it go and let it get overgrown. But let's go find some more water. You can hear me above the wind and everything, but we are heading west on Buffalo Shoals Road. We're getting ready to cross the Catawba River into Catawba County. So this should be a pretty good area to see how high the water is. So here we are, we're getting ready to go across the bridge. Oh my. Check this out. That was a nasty mess. Really, really bad. To Lookout Shoals Lake, and wow, the water is down actually, believe it or not, but it's still high. You know, if you see it here, but let's take a look down further south there, or closer to the water here. You can see the debris, how high the water came up here. It was pretty high. You see all the trash. That's the boat dock over there, or the boat ramp, and of course the walkway to the floating dock there is down. There's a truck parked over there. It's got a boat trailer hooked up to it, but I don't think you can get out. There's a bunch of debris in the way there, where you unload the boat. So we'll go over and look at it here in a minute. the dam, the Lookout Shoals Dam, and we can't get over there, but it doesn't look too good. As you can see, all the debris here. Somebody's John boat's washed up here. This truck and trailer here, we had no idea how it got here, or if it was here and then the water came up and it couldn't get out with all the debris, but it's a mess.
Got it looking good here, and then it does this.
Yeah.
My great grandfather used to own all that land up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I need to go any further. You can kind of see the destruction there. Water's still up, but it's down. I guess that's a good thing. Couldn't get over here to the dam. The dam is right over here. They're doing some work and everything, and I was talking to a gentleman. He was wondering what exactly they were doing over there, but I wish I could have got down below the dam and gotten a view down there, but I'm not really familiar with this area, and I'm not gonna go get in trouble or anything. So anyway, hope y'all having a good one, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.